Oh, I got something funny for the show.
Jasmine Jasovizzi is here. Don't forget to tap into the Darce Podcast.
The Darce choke is a submission executed from the front headlock position. It involves encircling the opponent's neck with the crook of one's arm, while the other arm wraps around the opponent's arm, applying pressure, leading to a tap or unconsciousness.
Tap into the Darce Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live for another episode of the Darce Podcast. And I am here for a big card with my guys, Mr. Plus Money, Slick Montana, Cal on the ones and twos. We're breaking down UFC 316, Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili 2 for the Bantamweight strap. We got another title on the line, Kayla Harrison taking on Juliana Pena, and a lot more fights to cover, a lot of betting action. We're here every week doing this thing, and I'm hyped to get into the fights with you guys. Weird last card. We can just move right past it because it was a funky one, a lot of late cancellations. The Mr. Plus parlay bust cashes without Blanchfield because Macy Barber, late seizure. Blanchfield was kind of mean. She was like, man, she's a mess. Meanwhile, Macy having some medical issues. So weird one there. But other than that, didn't hit too many plays. We move on to this one, Slick. This card is electric, and I'm looking forward to a lot of fights. Obviously, we got titles on the line, but is there a fight that you're circling on this card that you're super hyped about?
Hey, I'm just happy to see my guy Joshua Van back in there, man. I'm so mad I can't go to the event, unfortunately. But man, once I seen him booked for Newark, I was so hyped. Guy is always electric. He always brings the fight to anybody he fighting. So would have loved to see him and Kevin Holland too.
Yo, the fearless Josh Van Slick was going to be in attendance. I know that's one of your favorites, but yeah, I'm hyped to see him. Shout out Jewish Better JB in the chat. Shout out Dylan Bevan. We see you guys. Fire away any comments or questions you have about the fights. We'll bring them up live on the show. Mr. Plus, man, I'm excited to get in the fights with you as well. What's a fight that you're circling on this card?
Two things I'm excited about. Number one is to see Sean O'Malley back in the octagon, super electric. He's got to fight off the only guy that's beat him in the last long bit here. Obviously, he avenged that Cheeto Vera loss, and he got that back. Can he get the Merab loss back? Can he do it and retain the belt? I'm also really excited. I mean, this guy's getting older now, but I'm a big Vicente Luque fan, and I've loved watching him fight over the years. And his last two wins against some pretty decent opponents. Themba Gorimbo took a dub from him and an RDA dub. Can't sneeze at that. I'm excited to see him get back in there against a highlight guy like Kevin Holland. That could be the banger of the week. We'll see.
Ooh, could be maybe some foreshadowing. And yeah, Luque known to be a brawler, but then recently fighting smarter. Questions about where his chin is, what his game plan is like versus Holland, we know is always all action. So I'm excited about that one too. Maybe some foreshadowing from Mr. Plus. But first of all, we got to get into our picks. And you know how we kick it off, y'all. It's time to jump all aboard the Mr. Plus Parlay Bus.
Mr. Plus, Parlay Bus, bet it all in trust. Jabs and hooks, it's all about the rush. Put it down on the underdog, never hush. Odds stack high, feel the thrill, that's a must. And I'll see you when that shit cashes.
We cashed in last week. Let's cash in this week. It's time to hop aboard the Mr. Plus Parlay Bus. I know I'm having a couple drinks right now, but on Saturday, I ain't drinking and driving. I'm just driving us straight to the cash counter. Leg number one, an easy one for me, and the best line we're going to get on the entire bus, which is crazy. Give me Sergey Spivak to beat the shit out of Where's Waldo Costa. Listen, Cortez Acosta. At the end of the day, night and day with these guys' resumes. Sergey's fought the best of the best, the top of the top. Waldo hasn't even broken the surface. I'm sorry. This is definitely a mismatch and definitely a levels check. And Sergey, my boy, the polar bear, Spivak, is going to do exactly what he did to Marcin Tybura when they fought. He's going to be on top. He's going to submit or at least try for submissions. And if not, it's a big ground and pound game. 3 rounds of absolute control time, but I do think in the late second or early third, Sergey gets the finish. Give me Sergey Spivak for leg number 1. Leg number 2, the absolute next fight. So make sure you guys are watching at this time. We're taking Azamat Murzakanov. Man, I'm so excited to see this guy back. He's like a regular ass Polish or Russian dad out of New Jersey. That's what he looks like to me. This dude's 5'10". He's like not that big. He's like a little bigger than me, dude. And this guy beats the shit out of everybody. Branderson Ribeiro, don't get me wrong. He's like an exciting fighter in the first round, and that's about it. I love Azamat. Calculated. His nickname is the Professional, and that's a goddamn reason for that. 14-0. This dude is starching everybody in the 205 division, and he could honestly be 185. He might even be able to check 170 at the end of the day, but I like him where he's at. He's a dog. He's in there. He gets right inside where he needs to be, and he takes fights where they need to go. His fight IQ is off the charts. If he gets wobbled, he steps back, regroups, and figures it out. Give me Azamat, and I do think he can get a finish as well, but he's more of a decision type of guy. So if he wins by decision, I won't be surprised. The last 2 fights by Brenson went the distance, and I won't be surprised to see it happen again. And for the third leg, the cash us in. Oh, don't get me wrong, though. He's a Jersey guy, and I said that, but we're taking a Jersey guy. The fights are in Jersey. Think about it. Last leg, speaking of someone who's from the area, give me Joe Pyfer, a.k.a. Body Bags. He's fighting Kelvin Gastelum. And don't get me wrong, if this was maybe 7 years ago, I would give Kelvin Gastelum absolutely a chance. But, it's late in his career. He's 34, but he's the oldest, or 33, but he's the oldest 33-year-old you've ever met in your life, especially in UFC years, which are like dog years. They age you like crazy, right? Give me Joe Pyfer. He's going to be too big. I think he can grapple with him. I think if he gets body shots, body, head, this guy could put you out. He's bigger. He's stronger. He's electric. He's on the way up. This fight was supposed to happen. We all took Joe Pyfer. Now the line's even worse. There's no way we don't take Joe Pyfer. Give us the bag. He's from Philly. And when he wins, I'll see you when that shit cashes.
With the signature look at the end, the Mr. Plus Parlay Bus plus 149 on it. Carol James is hyped. He said he finally made it to Darce Live. Let's go, boys. We're hyped to get the Parlay Bus kicked off. Slick, let's go through these legs that he broke down. Let's go reverse order because I want to talk about Joey Body Bags out of Philly. That's your guy, right? Slick representing the Philly guys. Renzo Gracie. We know about how powerful he is. We know about his grappling skill, training with Sabatini and Sean Brady and those guys. So, yeah, I mean, this fight was booked 2 months ago. He fell ill with food poisoning. He's furious with Mexican restaurants and now the whole country of Mexico after his social media feud with people online. But nonetheless, I agree with Plus. He should dominate this fight. This is Gastelum's 24th UFC fight. I think he's worse for the wear. Still should be maybe competitive, but what do you think? Like Pyfer for the win easy?
Yeah, man. The one thing that we know about Pyfer is that he's not going to play around with a guy like Kelvin Gastelum on the feet probably, unless I think he's probably just going to try to shoot a takedown as soon. We've seen the IQ of him against Abdul Razak Al Hassan, a good boxer, good power puncher, where as soon as he went in there, he just took him down and subbed him. And he's basically buddies with Sean Brady, a guy that just basically dominated Kelvin Gastelum in a 5-round fight and ended up submitting him. So I really like this spot for Pyfer. I really love him even more now that the fight is in New Jersey. You don't have to worry about Mexico and that elevation and stuff like that. So I think it's a good spot for Pyfer to really have a highlight reel knockout or just a good ass sub off his arm triangle or something like that. So I love Pyfer in this spot even more now that's in Jersey.
Yeah, 100%. The spot favors him even more. So we love Joey Body Bags here in a major way. I think you can get him out of there too. The other leg going reverse order here. Plus likes Azamat Murzakanov, one of my favorite names to say. It makes me reminds me of Borat. My neighbor Azamat Bagatov. But this is Azamat Murzakanov, and like he said, the professional, man. He's tactical light heavyweight kickboxer who implements the jab, mixes it up, has some grappling skill. I starting to trust him. Minus 500 is a little steep for me. We know Ribeiro has big power. He's got big muscle physique. And he's got some upset wins as of late, so maybe he's got a shot. But Slick, do you think it's Azamat easy work here? Is the line fair and worthy?
Yeah, I think the one thing that we know about Azamat is just his patience, the way he's able to like wait for his opportunities, and when he's able to wait for them and he's able to get them, he takes real advantage of it. He's a real good counter puncher. I love his knees up the middle. So my only concern, honestly, is that this guy is 36 years old and he's coming in like he has all the disadvantages against him. Like Ribeiro has a 10-inch reach advantage. He's younger by almost 8 years, and then he also has a height advantage of 5+ inches. Like I love Asamat, but to bet him as a parlay leg at -600, I'll just be betting him by knockout because I think that he knocks out Ribeiro. Hopefully we get that close to like -150, minus something. So nothing over -200. But yeah, I think Ribeiro lets go of his gas tank too much, and Asamat could get that knockout in the first, second, or third. I just hate all these huge disadvantages that he has against him.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, and Ribeiro was able to fight a measured game plan because his opponent gave it to him last fight. He won a close decision. Mr. Plus, you're thinking that Azamat could bring the fight to him maybe? Do you like a method in this spot for the big favorite?
Yeah, I definitely think Azamat could bring some fight to him. He's got great forward pressure, and again, when he needs to back off, he backs off, and he's super calculated. This guy's a stud at 205. I'm probably going to take a shot at rounds 2 or 3 by knockout, but I'm definitely going to make one of my plays, as long as it's like decent money, is probably Azamat by points.
Okay, so yeah, maybe late knockout, but thinking potential decision there too. That's kind of how I see it. I think it could go the distance. And finally, the first leg that he kicked off with earlier on this card. It's an interesting one. Sergey Spivak taking on Waldo Cortez Acosta. And I agree with Mr. Plus. I thought the odds were closer when he was like -130 to open in the week than I expected. I thought he would have been closer to -200 because Spivak, like he mentioned, has fought way higher level competition. Cortez Acosta 6-1 in the UFC now, Slick. So he's doing his thing. He's a good boxer. He's got skill. He's got power. And he out-grappled Robelis Despain, put him on his back, showed he's got some well-roundedness. But now he takes on the best, the highest level guy he's faced so far. So, Slick, how do you think he fares? Is it going to be a levels check against Spivak?
I mean, I'm just not betting Spivak at minus money nowadays. Like, this guy, I just don't know what he's going to bring into the table. He subs Marcin Tybura off his back that nobody thought was even possible. He had a good win against Derek Lewis, but outside of that, he has a good resume, but really low-level guys like Augusto Sakai, Greg Hardy, like he's losing to guys whenever he takes that certain step up in competition. So I'm just not ready to bet him at minus money. I'll probably lean him by sub, but if anything, it's a dog or pass for me. I maybe bet Waldo for small, but I'm just not ready to bet him either. His takedown defense hasn't really shown me anything that Spivak can't get through. But it's just if Spivak doesn't get the takedowns, he's a fish out of water on the feet. He's not really that good with the striking, and we've seen that time and time again. So I think this is a good spot for Waldo if he's able to stuff the takedowns. But this could be like an easy first-round arm triangle win for Spivak.
Yeah, you see it either way, right? I mean, I agree. Spivak needs to get this to the mat, but I do think he will. That one loss that Cortez Acosta has in the UFC was to Marcus Rogerio de Lima, unranked heavyweight, and he took him down 3 times and controlled him. So I think Spivak can do the same. Plus, you're going to bet a submission for Spivak?
Yeah, I just wanted to chime in real quick. I appreciate you bringing me back for the end of the bus here. Sergey Spivak, although he's the smallest line on the bus, he is my favorite play of the entire card. He will win. It's an absolute lock guarantee. Just like last week, Jacoby was an absolute lock guarantee. It was not even close. And we talked a little bit about it, and I was like, no, there's no way I'm never getting off this. This guy's the monster lock. Sergey is the monster lock of the week. It might be closer because he's a slower fighter and he doesn't come out crazy and guns blazing. Like, he's very calculated for a heavyweight. However, his last 2 losses were Jalton Almeida and Cyril Gane. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's nobody that Waldo Cortez Acosta has fought that Sergey Spivak wouldn't rinse.
There you go.
Yeah,
level of competition, really, really much different. So I like it. I like Spivak. I like the parlay bus, plus 149 for you. Good talk on that stuff, guys. And we got to move on to the next fights. Chris Pinello says, what's up, gents? What's up, Chris? See you in the mix. And Jewish Better says when Spivak shot on Jones and he got kneed, yeah, that was a rough one too. He's fought some tough guys, man, but I think he can take Waldo. All right, we talked about the parlay bus. Well, next up, salutations, ladies and gentlemen, a.k.a. salute to the Slick Report.
Philly in the game, and you know we on time. Slick reports coming, ain't never gonna stop. MMA captains with the knowledge and the flow. From the East Coast, getting that paper like a Philly bankroll. Rocking every fight, keep the audience on hold.
So for this fight for the Slick Report, we're going with the under 2.5 in the Joe Pyfer versus Kelvin Gastelum fight. I just think it's a great opportunity for these guys. These guys to either get. I think Pyfer gets the finish, but I just think it's a good opportunity. Kelvin Gastelum is a walking punching bag. Let guys like D-Rod, guys like that, 100+ strikes on him. Pyfer has huge power in that first round, huge grappling upside also. I think this is a good spot for that under 2.5, -105. Really don't have a huge breakdown on it because, like I said, I'm huge on Pyfer. Kelvin Gastelum he out wrestled D-Rod missing weight, so I'm not really too high on him out wrestling a guy like Joe Pyfer. So Joe Pyfer, first round sub, second round sub. If not, be the first person to knock out a guy like Kelvin Gastelum.
There you go, man. Looking for him to put him away. You like Pyfer sub props. Yeah, I remember in the chat you were saying, man, I want to take some props. And you like Pyfer a good deal in this fight, so you're going to go with the under. Basically, Pyfer putting him away inside the distance is your pick in this one. And plus, you got to like it too. He's on the bus for a reason. He's got a clobbering right hand, left hook combination. Huge power in that. Good pressure. He took his lesson, I think, losing to Hermanson in that 5-rounder, right? He hurt Hermanson early and then gassed out and just couldn't keep up. He went to Mexico. He got sick. I think he's been through the bumps and he can get a big highlight knockout here, get back on track. What do you think, Plus?
Body bags, and it's going to be unfortunate, unforeseen circumstances for my boy Kelvin Gastelum in the ER after the fight.
Oh my God.
I don't think he's going to pass, but he's going to be fucked up.
That's monstrous.
It's really bad. I'm sorry. I take it all back. I want him to be alive. I love Kelvin Gastelum. However, I do think he's going to get fucking body bagged by Joe Body Bags, and that's just where I'm at. And I think we'll be okay, but they're going to have to give him some IV.
Oh, man. Well, he has a legendary chin. He's, like I said, 24th UFC fight. He's been in wars with some really, really good fighters. And I don't know how much longer his toughness can carry him. So I hope he's going to be able to last and not end up in the hospital, but plus expecting a violent finish, of course. Pyfer puts him in a taco, says Jewish Better. Damn, son. See you guys live in the chat. And, yeah, I did have him in my parlay in that Mexico card before that sickness happened. So let's get the Pyfer dub this time around. All right, guys, and let's get the Pyfer under 2.5.
Yeah, Kelvin's got to give us back our void money. Give us back the voided money that we should have had on the last card. Fuck are you doing, bro? Pulling out Joe Pyfer. Kelvin, give us back our Joe Pyfer money.
There you go.
Doesn't make any sense, but we're getting it.
Onward we march, ladies and gentlemen. The Slick Report is complete. Now it's time to put your hands together for the Brasco Breakdown.
Brasco's Breakdown. Brasco's Breakdown.
And this week, I'm going with a spot that I've deemed a system play. I'm going with Patchy Mix. Lay in the chalk. I don't care. Someone in my last bet on Ludovic Klein that I lost on said Brasco only wins on obvious plays. So this one's dedicated to him. I'm going with a straight up chalk bomb. -175 on Patchy Mix money line. Coming into the UFC, making his debut. And I think he gets the dub. Why bring him in here just to feed him a loss? What, because they want to prove that Bellator is worse than the UFC? That was a kind of sarcastic angle that someone told me, and I don't buy it. Maybe another Patricio Pitbull situation other people suggested. No. But right now, Patchy Mix is 31 years old and in the prime of his career. The guy is 20-1. He's an elite grappler that's a training partner of Dvalishvili, who said that if he had to fight anyone, Patchy Mix would probably be his toughest matchup. I think that he's going to be able to match up against Mario Batista in a way that almost like this feels like a punishment against Batista for what he did to Jose Aldo. Now they give him a guy who can match him in the grappling, who can out physical him maybe even, and wrestle him and keep him on his back, neutralize Batista. Batista is still a very good fighter, training at an MMA lab with O'Malley, so I know those guys will be amped up for this card. But I just think that Patchy Mix has the grappling skill. People might be down on him for his robbery win over Magomedov in the last one. But, he's a really good fighter, man. He's fighting elite guys in Bellator. Some people say, well, the Bellator competition ain't all that. These are the Russians, man, that he's beating. And by the way, he also guillotined Magomedov as well. He kneed Rafian Stotts into oblivion. He rear naked choked Sergio Pettis. These are really good fighters. So it's not like just some slouches over in Bellator, some tomato cans. Patchy Mix is legit, and I think people are going to find out about him. Batista is really good. I could see this being a competitive fight, a lot of good grappling exchanges, but I think Mix has the style and the skill set to beat Batista and get his UFC debut win. I'm laying the chalk. Mr. Plus, do you think it's worth it to Patchy Mix to play?
I love Patchy Mix, and I've been watching a lot of different fight leagues for a long time, and Patchy Mix hasn't just been fighting anybody in Bellator. He's been fighting the top of the top. You just said it. Rafian Stotts, Sergio Pettis, Magomedov. These aren't just nobodies. He's defending the title. I mean, he's keeping his spot. I don't know, man. You put him up a guy against like Mario Bautista, who really lost his last fight against Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo, that was a straight robbery. I was on the wrong side, unfortunately. If you've been riding Mario Bautista, congratulations, man. You've been crushing it. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if you've been riding Patchy Mix and Bellator, you've been smacking the books' faces for years. I gotta ride with you, Danny. I gotta say Patchy Mix is the right side. They got the line at minus 175 for a reason. I think we're going to see some skills, and this might be the most exciting fight Mario Bautista's ever been in because of Patchy Mix. So I got no love. There's only one no love for me. That's why I wanted to give you guys those shorts. It was never Cody. It was always Patchy. I'm taking my boy no love. Give me Mr. Mix. And I don't know if I'll parlay piece it, but I'm like you, Danny. Like, I'm such a fan of this guy. I might just bet him straight, lay the chalk, and whatever. 1.7 wins one.
Mr. Mix, I love that. I'm gonna call him Sir Mix a lot. Yeah, exactly. Lay the chalk, right? It's not so bad. 2 units to win, little over one. Like, go ahead. Sometimes the favorite is the play. If it's not too expensive, you can just lay it. Even if you want to just be more cautious, lay 1 unit to win less. I don't know. You don't always have to break the bank on every single bet.
I'm almost surprised he's not a minus 310 at the end of the day. If we're being real, So
Batista's good. I don't want to count him out, Slick. So I'm sure you'll have some good things to say about him because he gave Aldo a tough fight. Although people don't like it, he was criticized for it. He neutralized him. He was able to hold him up against the fence. He's got power. He's got experience. He's got some good wins. What do you think of Batista? Is he maybe a live dog against Mix, or do you like Mix to pick up his debut win?
Oh, first case of the muted.
At the end of the day, bro, I really love Mix in this spot, man. I think the only thing that's going to stop Mix from winning this fight is a Hail Mary KO from Mario Bautista, because everybody talks about Mario Bautista and his win, like his win ratio or whatever. Like, this guy basically lost to Damon Blackshear on 2 days' notice. Lost to Jose Aldo if we're really basing damage over control. And then he had a good win against Ricky Simon, but Ricky Simon was shooting for 12 plus takedowns in that fight. Like, I'm not too, like, he beat guys like Guido Canetti, the realtor Benito Lopez, and Brian Keller, who's not in the freaking UFC anymore, and Jay Perrin, who's not in the UFC anymore either. So I'm not too high on him. He's probably going to come in here with a wrestling heavy game plan because that's how he's been fighting his last couple fights outside of fighting Ricky Simon. Like against Blackshear, he shot 10 takedowns. Against Aldo, he shot 8. So I'm not really too high on him to really just get out of that. He's going to give Patchy Mix the fight he wants, which is Patchy's Mix grappling is just so opportunistic, man. I think this is a real good spot for him. Like, I think, and the one thing that we know about him is that he's just so ready to snatch your neck up whenever he gets the chance. Like you said, he beat Magomedov, and I think that fight was just a little bit more closer because they already fought. They fought 1 year, one time, and then Patchy Mix had that crazy knockout over Stotts, and then right there he just fought Magomed next. So I think Magomed just figured him out. And me personally, I think Magomed could be a top 10 in this division, in the division that he fought Patchy Mix in. So in the UFC, I'm high on Patchy Mix. I think he gets the sub on Mario Batista. And even if it's a striking affair, I think Patchy Mix could hold his own. We've seen Patchy Mix go 5 rounds plenty of times. So I think this is a good spot for Patchy Mix.
Yeah, he's got the striking basics and fundamentals there to hold his own on the feet. He's got the cardio and the durability. He's got the goods, man. Rob Reiterer, I hope I said that right, in the chat says, I was expecting Mix minus 220. At least I took it at minus 170. Yeah, I grabbed minus 175. I saw minus 150, minus 160. I said, man, I should jump at this. And there it goes. It's 180 now. It's going to go more and more probably. Darce Podcast, that's Cal in the 1s and 2s. He's in the chat too. He agrees with the mix. I love to see all of us on board. Mr. Plus, what say you?
I just wanted to say that we love you guys. If you have not hit the subscribe button or the like button yet, do us that favor. Help us grow the page. The more we do this, the more you guys come through, the bigger it'll be, and the more often we can actually do it. So smash the like, smash the subscribe. We love you guys. Let's keep going.
Yo, thanks so much for mentioning that. I always freaking forget. But yeah, leave us a comment, leave us a like. It really does help. Thanks so much for bringing that up, Mr. Plus. Thank you guys for watching. Jewish Better says this fight goes to decision. Anthony Ramirez says Patchy by sub. I agree with kind of both of those. That can't be, but maybe mixed sub decision, double chance, maybe get a slightly better line. It's probably going to be pretty much the same thing. I think I might sprinkle sub, though. If he gets a lot of control time, like Slick said, man, opportunistic. He can snatch up a neck. His back takes, his guillotine squeeze, his rear naked choke squeeze, they're lethal, man. If he finds the neck and he gets a good squeeze, it's a wrap, like they say with Aljo. If he takes your back, it might be a wrap. So I like it. Darce Podcast, that's Cal. He says he'll get sucked if he hangs out in the cage like that. I like it. All right, man. We did the plus bust, the Slick report, and the Brasco breakdown. Well, we got a huge title on the line, guys. It's time to talk about the main event of the evening. The Suga Show returns to take on Merab the Machine, who's just been silencing the doubters, man. Umar came in to try to take his belt as a huge favorite, the title challenger. And Merab, as the big dog, turned him away. I was happy to cash on Merab on that one. But I have to say, I was on O'Malley in their first one, man. I thought the UFC wanted the big star, right? And the striking was going to beat the grappling, and he was going to be able to defend some takedowns, maybe hurt Merab. Merab's grappling won out. But watching that fight back, man, I feel like the narrative is a little bit too one-sided that Merab dominated Sean. It was actually a pretty close fight, even though Sean didn't really have many moments. He hurt him late with a teep kick to the body, and one judge even gave a 48-47. So with all the domination that Merab had, it was actually a fairly close fight. O'Malley does a few things differently, defends some more takedowns, and maybe it's a different story. So I'm going to go last. I'm going to let the fellas weigh in first. What do you think this time around? O'Malley, Mr. Plus, is plus 240 on the money line. Does he deserve to be this wide of an underdog?
The value is on my boy O'Malley. I'm not gonna lie, and all this talk, and it's not even talk. It's like real shit. You know, social media has displayed us an overview of every person and what they're doing to an extent. I understand it's not all real life. However, O'Malley has completely squashed his social media from going from a social media mogul and making money off that shit to saying, no, I'm turning that off until my fight. Like, and that's a lot of money he's missing out on, if you ask me. So to have turned off that money and turned on, I need to win, bro, he's in better shape than I've ever seen in my life. I got to go O'Malley. I gotta lean like, listen, if he could defend takedowns, they said, listen, the reason you can't defend takedowns is because you're not strong enough. Get stronger. And he's gotten stronger. Oh, the only way you can get stronger is if you quit weed, quit all that bullshit, and start going ham on this. Bro, I'm buying into it. I'm seeing it. It's showing in his physique. I'm telling you right now, if this kid could defend the takedowns, he's going to piece up Merab. But he has to defend takedowns. I'm leaning plus money. I'm leaning O'Malley by decision. I don't think Merab's got a brick head. Nobody can put him out. However, I think O'Malley can piece him up and maybe take a round or two more than he did last fight. Give me Sean O'Malley. I got to back my boy in pink. I'm going dog plus money.
Taking the bantamweight belt back, you say. And you know what? Like you guys are mentioning, he stopped smoking the herb. He's quit the Mary Jane since 2025. He also hasn't jaded, as they say, hasn't jerked the old turkey. And he's been off social media. He's totally just, feel how you want to feel about that.
That might not help. That might hurt, to be honest.
I know, right? Got to relieve the tension, my brother. My God. But you know what? To each their own. He's locked in a different mental space now. And maybe refresh mindset, Slick. He comes back, looking to take this belt back. And I think maybe he might, because a big point as well, the reason that maybe he couldn't defend the takedowns is because he was dealing with a torn labrum in his hip. He's been talking about that. So maybe now healthy, do you think he could stay on his feet and then hurt Merab like some other guys have?
I mean, he was just, the thing about Sean is that Merab wasn't fearing anything coming back because Sean was just not throwing anything. And that's the thing about this fight. You got to throw way more, got to put out way more volume. That's the thing about wrestlers, like you put them on their back foot. Merab is a way different wrestler, of course, but you put him on his back foot and get him against that cage. Sean, especially, he got to get that body work going early. And he, like I said, he just got to put out way more strikes. Like, we seen guys like Henry Cejudo and like Marlon Moraes hurt Merab. So Sean just needs to put out way more punches than what he did his last fight. Me personally, I don't even think he has to worry about the takedowns because the takedowns come, but no damage or no submission threats are really coming from a guy like Merab. So if you're just able to get up, which more than likely he's going to be able to let you get up, you just got to land stuff. Like the judges are just more looking for whatever you land. If you hurt a guy like Merab in that first, second, or third, or fourth round, the judges are going to see that. Like that's why damn near every judge gave the fifth round to Sean O'Malley because they seen him hurt. You've seen Merab looking up at the clock. So I think this is a great spot for Sean O'Malley. I'm gonna bet the fight, bet him by KO or decision to get way better odds. So I'm gonna look at that. And then me personally, I was thinking about putting a big bet on Sean O'Malley, but Merab is one of those guys that you want to bet as an underdog. Like, why is he coming in here as a minus 350 favorite? I don't know. So, I do know. I'm sorry about that, but I'm gonna go Sean O'Malley by KO or decision in this spot over Merab.
Excuse me, I do know, and I'm taking Sean O'Malley is what Slick said. I like it, man. That's a great point. Is the line flip? That's how I see it as well. As I'm betting the line flip. We just got Merab as a huge dog against Umar Nurmagomedov. And he defended the belt. Nurmagomedov was the challenger. Now the former champion is a plus 240 dog who lost by one judge's scorecard of 48-47. And he had a torn labrum and now was in a new headspace. I think he could win this fight, man. And I think he could hurt Merab as well. We saw Moraes almost had him out of there. It's not like Merab is infallible. He's a matchup nightmare, but he is hittable, right? And if O'Malley can hurt him early, I think it's a great point. Maybe open up a cut early, show early damage or swelling. Let that mount up. And it's like a cut scores multiple rounds, right? If you open up a cup and they stay bleeding, it's almost like the judges keep scoring it. So hopefully O'Malley can do something like that. I'm with you guys. We're all riding on the dog shot for Sean O'Malley. And hey, if he wins the second one, we set up a trilogy, don't we? Jewish Better says, wouldn't the odds be close? I don't think the books will put much equity in the sub. It'll probably be the same as money line, talking about Slick's prop. Maybe slightly better odds, taking away the KO. But yeah, similar. I like it, though. I like it. Looking for value. All right, guys, I love that we agree on the main event of the evening. And there's more plus money to be had, guys. Let them out the cage. It's time for the Dogs of the Week. I'm going to kick it off. This one is a little dicey, and it's going to be a tough one. But do a small sprinkle on Andreas Gustafsson at plus 180. He was supposed to fight this past week. His fight got canceled with Trevin Giles. Now he's fighting down a weight class a week later, which is a tough spot. He's got to cut 10 more pounds. I got to imagine, obviously, he's in fight shape. He was ready to go, but going to be tough cutting more weight. but stylistically, he gets a fairly similar matchup. He's going from Trevin Giles to Chaos Williams. No, it's not the same fighter, but it's a heavy-handed boxer. I mean, they have different boxing styles, but you're facing a guy that you need to do pretty much the same thing against. Is take away the boxer's range, get inside, get in the clinch, dirty box, make the fight nasty, do Gustafsson things, just fight dirty. And I think he might be able to do that against Chaos. Of course, we know Chaos has big power, but I don't know. Is it me or is he slightly overrated? Like when Chaos doesn't get the big knockout, he goes to close decisions. He's 2-2 when he goes to decision. He's fought to 2 splits, been really sketchy. And I just feel like Gustafsson if his toughness is there and he can fight with that kind of gritty edge that he brings, he can make this a close fight. So I think he's a live dog. I think he could win maybe a 29-28 decision, just being real busy, nasty in the clinch, and never giving up, staying constant pressure, constant work rate. So I'll take a shot on Gustafsson. Slick, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, like you said, Chaos is gonna have that right hand. But me personally, I just don't give a fuck. Like, at this point, anybody that fights Gustafsson, you have to prove it to me that you can nuke him. Like, the guy has a granite chin, and my one concern with Chaos is if he lands that right hand and Gustafsson eats it, and like in the first couple exchanges, you could kiss your Chaos Williams ticket goodbye, because once Gustafsson, like I remember watching tape on this guy, like, and the announcers was like the guy elbowed them, and you could tell the announcers was just in the fight, and the announcer was like, "Ooh, he just got Gustafsson mad," and the next thing you know, he just turns into a madman and just pushes the pace forward, gets you in that clinch, and in that clinch, he's not trying to hold you. He's trying to cause as much damage with those elbows and with those knees up the middle to the body. Like, he's trying to cause physical damage to you in those clinch positions. And we've seen Chaos Williams acceptable to them positions. A guy like Randy Brown had him in those positions. A guy like Michelle Pereira had him in those types of positions. I think this is a good spot for Gustafsson. Like I said, if he gets knocked out with the first punch Chaos Williams throws, a clean right hand, so be it. But at plus 160, I have to take a shot on Gustafsson in this spot. So Gustafsson by clinch elbows.
I love that. Tip my cap if you get me with the huge overhand, right? But other than that, if Gustafsson fights his fight, he can win this, man. He can win this matchup. Mr. Plus, what do you think?
Where have y'all actually been watching Andres Gustafsson? Was it in Brave CF? Was it in KSW? Or maybe it was in FCR. If you could even tell me what the names of those fight leagues are, I'd be impressed. You've only seen this guy in one place, the fucking Contender Series, where, yeah, he got a vicious fucking knees to the head knockout. I'll take it. However, you're talking about chaos echo sound engaged. Yo, this dude has 9 UFC fights. He's 6-3 in the UFC. He don't just go down. He's going to beat the fuck out of fucking Andres Gustafsson. This is fucking crazy, bro. This matchup is crazy. The fact they're letting this guy even face chaos for his first real UFC fight is crazy. I think he needs a paycheck. I think he's mad he didn't get paid last week. He's like, I'll fight anybody this week. And they're like, all right, we're going to put you in there with chaos. I don't care. I need money. My kid needs diapers and formula, and he's got a baby or some shit. Yo, you're about to get chaos knocked the fuck out, bro. Chaos is the real deal, bro. The Ox fighter. The Ox.
See what I mean?
Stop.
This is what I mean. This is what he's overrated because people like his name and his nickname. This is it. This
there's nothing to do with his name or Oxford. Bro, his nickname could be Mike Oxlong for all I'm fucking concerned. Hey, Mike Oxlong. It doesn't matter. Chaos Williams, this is an easy bag. You could put him in every parlay. This is not even going to be close. I almost put him fucking front seat of the bus. Chaos. All it's going to be chaos. Who is this Andreas? One fight and now he's some god. Fuck this guy.
Wow, strong opinion, man. All right, when
I don't even like him.
works him in the
I hate
clinch.
the tattoos on the neck. I hate that, bro. Danny, you can't even wear a regular shirt anymore.
You hate it, but you're gonna bet against a neck tatted guy. If someone's pressing me in a fight and they have neck tattoos, they got it, man. I'm out. It's all them. That's
I punch that guy right in his face.
Those
that guy gets hit in his face first. Lying ass motherfucker. You got neck tattoos. Can't even throw hands. You watch chaos, bro. I'm telling you right now. I'm putting chaos.
We'll make a side bet. We'll make a side bet now.
I'm down. I'm in. 2-1.
Next dog, man. Slick, who you going with?
I mean, I was gonna go with Waldo Cortez Acosta. You know, I gave a good little take on him. I really don't feel too confident on anybody else. For like, I'm not betting. I was honestly, after watching tape study, I was leaning Yanel Ashmus. I think Quillen is getting a little bit overrated for knocking out Anshu Jubilee, who's probably the worst Indian fighter we have ever seen. So I think Yanel Ashmos has beaten good competition in his own right. Sam Patterson, that win looks freaking crazy right now. And Chris Duncan also, guy like, you know, Yanel Ashmos at least broke his forearm in that fight and basically just made it boring, had the small fight IQ. So I was leaning Yanel Ashmos in that spot. But like I said, not too high on any dogs in this spot.
Yo, actually, I was thinking that Salkild I thought Salkild will win this matchup, but that it was way too wide of a line. Ashmuz is kind of underrated. He's often slept on. I do think Salkild's really good, but I think it'll be much closer than the line indicates. Maybe like a spread on Ashmuz. Maybe Salkild wins a decision. Plus, do you have any thoughts on that fight?
I definitely don't hate that lean where you're at. You know, I like Markel, but Salkild, and I loved what he did on the Contender Series. However, at the end of the day, again, we're talking about a level check. Ashmuz at least has a few fucking UFC fights under his belt, and he's got a PFL fight too. So to me, you guys know I watch that shit. Like the fighters aren't that bad out over there, and the fact that Ashmuz has some good dubs over here, he's 8-1. Man, I hate this line. This line is way too wide. Salkild is minus 500 for what? That's crazy. I'm definitely going to have to sprinkle a quarter unit on the dog there all day.
Maybe live. Jewish Better says Ashmuz sucks. JB, that's your doppelganger right there. That's if you ever need a fill-in fighter last minute for JB, just call Yanal Ashmuz or other way around.
Yo, bro, you can't even hate on your doppelganger right there.
Come on.
What are you talking about?
And when everybody took Sam Patterson, JB took, he was
Ashmuz, bro. I remember him from that. That's how I remember the fighter from Jewish Better taking Ashmuz in that fight. And I'm Jewish, so I wish I would have taken him, but I didn't.
Dude, yeah, man. I mean, so
Sam Patterson ate my money in like fucking 3 seconds.
I'm mad that he's going against him here. He says he sucks. And then plus your dog of the week, you're going with O'Malley main event.
Listen, I am going with O'Malley. I mean, I am going to take the plus money, but let's just talk about this fight real quick. This would be my dog versus that one. Vicente Luque, big fan. Love this guy. Seen him for years. This is a tough fight against Kevin Holland, the trailblazer. I mean, this guy will fight at any time, any place, anyone. He's tough to fight, but give me Vicente Luque, and I kind of think Vicente Luque could find the sub, find his back, find a fucking guillotine. Man, this guy is tricky. He's sneaky. He'll snatch your neck. And again, just like Kelvin Gastelum, I mean, he's got a very old UFC fight career, but he's only 33 and change. He's not that old. That's my take.
He's not that old. He's not that old. He does have a lot of UFC fights, but you know what? It's going to be a banger. It's going to be a wild fight. In fact, it may very well be the banger of the night. And the odds makers agree because the over-under is set at 1.5 rounds. So they don't see this one going the whole way. And I gotta agree. I mean, we saw when that kind of weird fight with Luque and Buckley, right? When Buckley took him down, kind of landed a couple ground and pound shots. It didn't look too crazy, and then Luque just shelled up, and that was that. So we were wondering where that chin is, and then he's gotten some wins. He's proven himself since then. But Holland, on the other hand, fighting at 170 here. I mean, welterweight Holland's kind of a beast. He struggled at middleweight, but he's been a problem at welterweight. So if he's in good shape, and I mean, he's going to have that long reach and height advantage, snappy straight punches, I think he could touch Luque personally. I think Holland might be able to find the chin and hurt him. But Plus says Luque is a live dog. What do you think about this one, Slick?
Hey, man, at the end of the day, how can you not bet the exact method of victory on Luque by Darce or Anaconda choking this spot at like plus 3,000-4,000? Like, you have to bet it in this spot. The guy does, like, that's his fucking his name is the Darce Knight. Y'all forget, like, before the Jasmine Jasuda Vicious that was our cover from Mr. Plus giving us for the Darce. Luque having an Anaconda. I believe it was on Michael Chiesa. So, but I'm just not liking this new version of Vicente Luque in this spot, man. The guy has been trying to wrestle his last couple fights. Themba Garimbo, he shot. I don't even think he shot a takedown. I forgot because the fight was so short. Freaking forget that shit so fast. But Kevin Holland, I'm just not ready to bet on him at minus 250, minus 270 in that spot. Like, I know he's the rightful favorite because I think his activity, he's really only losing to good-ass competition or guys at 185. So I think he either gets a KO in this spot or Vicente Luque gets the Darce or Anaconda. So I'll be betting the exact method of victory for Luque, and I'll be betting probably Kevin Holland by knockout if I get some good odds. But maybe put like the under 2.5 in the parlay.
I like it, man. Those are the only two ways.
All right, real quick, Brasco. There's 22 people here, or 24. I want you to pick someone out of the live chat to win. I have a Bags long sleeve T-shirt, or we could do a Bags hoodie. Either way, want to give something away right now to one of our subscribers. Make sure you pick them, and if you win, guys, make sure you DM myself on IG at Mr. Plus Money. Let me know you won from the Darce Podcast, and I will send you out whatever you won. Let's do the long sleeve shirt first. Pick two.
I will pick two people. If you're live watching in the chat right now, let us know by firing a comment in the live chat. Just a fire, anything you want.
Thumbs up, yeah, whatever.
Thumbs up, whatever it is, and I'll pick two people in the next minute or so. Just let us know if you're watching, and then I'll pick them in a moment or two. But that's awesome. Thanks, Plus.
Let's go.
That's awesome, man. Darce Podcast. That's it's Cal in the chat. He says, "I'm with you, JB. Luque is too compromised for me. I wonder what it'll be like." But Slick going with the Anaconda classic, unorthodox Luque submission, nasty with those, or he gets slept and the chin is cracked and Holland finds like a long, rangy right hand. I agree. I mean, plus no distance got to be the play as well, right? You think go distance?
Stop sleeping on my boy. Stop sleeping on my boy Luque. It could be a Darce, but at the end of the day, yeah, Kevin Holland fights never go past the second round. So you're right, no distance.
Yeah, it would be wild to see him like wrestle him to the decision.
It'd be wild to see Kevin Holland calculated and like act like a real fighter and like actually make it to the third. Bro, get the fuck out of here. This guy is crazy.
I love Big Mouth, man. All right, guys, I see you firing away in the chat. Let's go with Joshua Araujo.
Joshua's one. We're gonna do two. I have two folded up beautiful shirts in plastic ready to send out in packages. Give me a second one.
Let's go with Dylan Denugil.
Dylan and Joshua, hit me in the DM on IG at Mr. Plus Money, and just let me know you won from the Darce, the T-shirt. And then I'm going to get your addresses and all that, and I'll send them out to you guys. Appreciate you guys being here. Guys, everybody else, if you didn't win, it's all good. Smash that like. Smash that subscribe. We appreciate you guys. And we're here every week, and we always give away shit. So that's what we do at the Darce. Awesome. What are we doing next, Danny?
Well, you know what? Actually, we're going to do in the future is we might have some UFC memorabilia. We'll try to do some cool giveaways. Mr. Plus starting it up for us with that, so that's dope. Maybe we'll get some more stuff going as well. as we build the channel, get some more.
You know what I got? Hold on. You want to see this?
Let's see it.
Yo, this is fire, but we'd have to have a Darce with 100 people. The day we have a Darce with 100 people here in the YouTube live, I will give away this Charles Oliveira signed UFC glove. Signed by Olives. That's his signature. It's in the bag. It's authenticated. I got the card. Charles Oliveira signed UFC card. Once we have 100 people here at the live Darce, we'll give this shit away. Straight up.
Fire, man. Charlie Olives signed glove. What a pull. What a pull. All right, man. Well, we'll plan for that, and we'll let you guys know when that's going down for sure. Moving on forward, the whole team's here now. So let's lace them up. Let's come together for a Darce parlay. And we talked about these three fights, so we'll touch on them all real quick each and let you know how we're going to put them together. Plus, your legs first. Who do you got?
I'm sticking with my boy from Borat. Give me Azamat Murzakanov. Bro, this is an easy win. He's going to be better everywhere. If Brenson Hiberio somehow KOs him in the first round, I'm going to be devastated, but I doubt it. Give me my boy Azamat to be calculated. Dad of the year, out of New Jersey, Russian dad, Azamat Murzakanov.
Azamat Murzakanov, first leg. Juice, but plus says easy work.
Juice as fuck. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, good, man. We all, sometimes some of us take, easy leg, a hard leg. We all do our parts different weeks. My leg, I'm going Patchy Mix. We all agree. Debut in the UFC. I think he gets the win over Mario Batista. Get Batista out of here. We hate his wins. We want to see Mix make a splash in the Bantamweight division. I think he gets it done. Slick, how are we closing it out?
You already know how I'm closing it out. We're going with a Philly native, our guy, Joe Body Bags Pfeiffer for the Darce, last leg of the Darce. Let's get this body bags or bags, period.
Put him in a body bag. Put him in a body bag.
Plus 135, put them together. Murzakanov, Mix, Pfeiffer. There's the Darce parlay this week. We did the banger of the night, Luke A. Holland. So we just got a few more fights to touch on, guys. Let's cover the honorable mentions. All right, we even brought up Yanal Ashmuz versus Quillen Salkild. We talked about that one, too. That's the curtain jerker, first one. Here's one, Korean prospect, Ju Sang-yu, taking on Jekka Saragi. Ju Sang-yu's minus 470. I actually think this guy's got some promise. I think he knocks Saragi the fuck out with like a nasty counter punch, just like one hitter quitter style. Saragi is like got this just crazy energy and raw punching power, but I really don't think skill for skill he's like a UFC caliber fighter. And I think Ju Sang-yu might have something to him. So I'm going to take this kid to get a knockout, I think. Plus, what do you think about him? You know anything about this kid?
Yeah, it's funny you said that. Sadagi is like, Jekka is one of those guys you're going to see in PFL in a year and a half, straight up. Like, they're just going to take him, scrape the bottom. This guy, Ju Sang-yu, is like a guy who could potentially be top of the top, cream of the crop in UFC. So let's see what he does. Hopefully he gets this easy KO. He's getting set up for a W. And I think he should win easily all day by KO. I think it's going to be a leg kick to the head. That's me.
Oh, head kick, banger. Yeah, Slick. He's a guy that fought on Korean Zombies, Korean promotion, like that fight league over there. So maybe he's got some good experience. I don't know. What do you think about him?
I actually think the complete opposite. I'm on the submission. I think he gets the sub on Jekka. I've seen from this guy. He has good fight IQ, does go to the grappling whenever it's issued to him. So me personally, if I'm just watching pure tape on Jekka Saragi, don't try to fight with him on the feet. You have good takedowns. Jekka doesn't have no takedown defense. Like, this guy got submitted by Weston Wilson, who's not even in the UFC anymore, and in the first round at that. I'm not too high on his takedown defense. I'm not high on his grappling defense. And Jekka only has one sub on. I mean, I said Jekka. You only has one sub on his career. But there's been a lot of fights, like all these decision fights that he had went to, that he has tried to get the grappling going. He has shot for takedowns for real. I think the first fight, I think the Korean Zombie situation, I just think he was just trying to show off for the crowd. The guy gave him a good, clean knockout. It looked good. But I think he's just a good all-around fighter, and I think he can get the sub on Jekka.
Yeah, he has shown grappling skill. 8-0, but she's shown cardio, grappling. So maybe don't take the knockout. Maybe just take the finish because his subs are live too. Okay, next fight: Ariana De Silva plus 380 against Kong Wang minus 500. Just like that, Kong Wang got a big debut knockout, then lost to Gabriela Fernandez, and we were like, whoa, hold your horses. She's not the next flyweight champion. Then comes back, gets the win over Bruna Brazil. And now she's minus 500 against Ariana De Silva, a.k.a. Ariana Lipski, who's only gotten better. Pretty tough fight, Mr. Plus. I don't know if she deserves to be minus 500, but I think Wang wins. What do you think?
I think Wang wins maybe, but this line is crazy. And Lipski is, she's not that bad. She's not that bad. We've been watching her for a long while now. It just goes to show you that some of these girls might be lower level that have contracts, but she beat JJ Aldridge, she beat Melissa Gatto, she beat Casey O'Neill, and then she took 2 L's to Karine Silva, who's on her way up, and JJ, who you can't. It's a good loss at this point. I don't know. I don't know if Wong's going to be able to just come in there and starch her. I know this line is crazy. I might have to take a shot at the dog here. Probably dog or pass. Probably just a good watch and really to see if this Kong Wang is really the real deal to move up the rankings. Doubt it. We'll see.
Yeah. Cal says he's on De Silva. Don't tap female dog of the week on his podcast. Slick, I feel like Kong Wang is going to clearly be faster on the feet, speed advantage with kickboxing, but Lipski, a.k.a. De Silva, she's a dangerous grappler, and she's an improved striker. What do you think about her?
I really think that De Silva could get slept within the first 2 minutes of this fight. Like, the way that she strikes, in the sense, like, me personally, it's just set up for counter strikers. And we just really haven't seen girls take it. Like, Casey O'Neill is nowhere near a counter striker. Melissa Gatto, nowhere near a counter striker. JJ Aldridge, we don't know what the fuck type of striker she is. Like, and the one time we actually seen her against a good, solid counterpuncher with power was Priscilla Cachoeira. Like, and she slept her in the first round. Other girls are grappling, trying, like, Karine De Silva looks good, but she was grappling De Silva in that fight. She wasn't really throwing no good punches on the feet, and Jasmine Jasudavicius is grappling her. Like, that's her path to victory, is grappling. Kong Wang is not going to go in there and try to shoot takedowns and try to get her to the ground. Like, I understand people taking a shot on De Silva, but she's not fighting a girl that's just going to go in there and put herself in position. She's a striker, kickboxer first. So if she's not going in there shooting takedowns, De Silva isn't the girl to really go in there and shoot takedowns. So I don't know how is she going to get her way in this fight. She's going to go in there, try to strike with Kong Wang within the first 2 minutes. And Kong Wang, when she finds the good shot, she's going to put her to sleep. So I just don't know what people seen in tape to really say, oh my God, like, Silva is really going to look good in this fight. She fought Casey O'Neill, who's a punching bag on the feet. Kong Wang only she lost to Gabriel Fernandez. But one thing we know about her is that Gabriel Fernandez is one heavy fighter. She's strong as fuck. Silva is not that type of girl. She's not gonna bully her takedown the way Gabriel Fernandez did. So, like I said, I think Kong Wang.
Hey, Slick. I'm not saying she's gonna look good. I'm just saying she ain't getting a seat on the bus. That's all.
I mean, at minus 600, I'm not batting her either in a parlay, but I might put a couple dollars on her by KO in this spot. So I'm gonna lean Kong Wang. She, like I said, she looked good. And then the one thing we know about Gabriel Fernandez, she's durable as they come. Silva is not. 4 KO losses, 1 sub. 5 of her 10 losses have come by finish. So she's not really durable as they come. I think Kong Wang sparks in the first round.
There you go. You got a strong opinion on Kong Wang. Didn't expect it. All right, we got Markel Medeiros taking on Mark Choinsky. I'll be frank, I didn't really tape this fight or do too much research on it. Came together late. What do you think, Medeiros or Choinski, Mr. Plus? Medeiros minus 220, Choinski plus 180.
You know, Choinski is kind of a dog, but he hasn't fought anybody. When you're talking about guys who have fought people, Medeiros is 2-0 in the UFC. That's fucking big. 3-0 if you count the Contender Series win, which was a TKO knee. I mean, this Medeiros kid is the real deal. I think he could be around for a minute. He fights out of Colorado, so you know his stamina is really there. 5'10" versus 5'8", probably has a little bit of a bigger reach. I'm going with this kid. He's also a year and a half younger. Give me Medeiros, Markel Medeiros. He almost got a seat on the bus this week. I just didn't want to spoil it with somebody who's had not enough experience in the octagon. So give me Medeiros on. I mean, listen, he beat Austin Hubbard. He beat Landon Quiones. Like, these are like the bottom barrel of the fucking the tough houses or the Ultimate Fighter guys. Mm-hmm. So I'm going Medeiros just because I think he really is a step above and he is UFC caliber. But don't sleep on this Choinski guy with the weird fucking name. The Choinski. I kind of like the name. I wanted to kind of bet on him, but he's smaller. He's just not going to have enough, man. He beats guys up that are 2-8, not fucking 10-1 in the UFC.
The Choinski. What do you think? What do you think about Medeiros? I like Medeiros, but he did fight Hubbard kind of close, so that made me a little nervous about him. What do you think about him in this fight?
Yeah, I think he's just gonna land the cleaner punches in this spot. Hubbard and Landon Quinones. One thing we know about them, both those guys, is they're both tough as fuck. Cardio out the world. In 3-round fights, they live to fucking fight those fights. Like, it's gonna be, if you just a bum, you're probably gonna lose to him, but. You know, I think Marquel just keeps this on the feet and land the bigger punches. I'm not really too high on Chisnowski, or however you say his name. Striking. So I'm not really too high on him. He's like a wrestler first type of guy. So if he doesn't get the wrestling going, like I said, I think Marquel lands the bigger shots, harder shots, and probably takes the decision win.
There you go. Why is that name so much fun to say, man?
I got a problem.
Maybe
problem. All right, no, sorry. What do we got? We got one more fight, 2 more fights. Sorry, my man.
We got one more Choinski ass fight to talk about, and that is Joshua Van minus 625 taking on Bruno Silva. The fearless Van Slick. Is he getting him out? I mean, this line says that he is smoking Silva. How do you see it playing out?
Yeah, it's just a horrible, horrible matchup for a guy like Silva. Silva is a clean counter puncher that wants to land that counter off a slip that he does real cleanly. And Joshua Van is just going to put up too much volume for you to really land a good punch on him. Like I said, Silva, we've seen in his last fight against a good high-level guy, Manel Kape, but the pressure that he was able to cut the cage off, that's where Joshua Van excels at. I'm really high on Joshua Van. I'm so mad. I was looking at his line. He was like minus 475. I was really going to put him in parlay with Joe Pyfer. And the next thing you know, he balloons up to like minus 590, minus 600. So hopefully I get a good line on Van by KO or decision in this spot. Joshua Van by 2nd or 3rd round KO.
Yeah, you're going to have to pick the round to get any value probably. Plus, how do you see it?
I hate this fight. I don't know. Bruno Silva's been such a dog, but Joshua Van is the dog. As far as talking about who can win this fight, he's a pit bull in there, 23 years old. He's got a 12-year advantage. I don't know, man. This is a tough one for me because Bruno Silva has been kind of electric. You know, he got that win against Cody Durden, and even the loss against Manel Kape. He showed some signs there where he was okay, and he could have beat decent guys. But I don't know. Joshua Van is on his way up the spectrum. He just beat that Ray Toyota guy who was undefeated. Man, you got to kind of lean Joshua Van's side. I'm not against what Slick said.
Yeah, I like Van all day here. I think you get the finish. Actually, guys, wake your asses up for one more big fight because we missed one. He said climb up the spectrum. I think you meant a different word, but I don't know. That was amazing. Cal, we got another title on the line. I know it's not the main event, but it's the co-main event. Run it back if you got it up. It's time for the co-main event of the evening.
Yeah, 1 point.
running a long one. Yeah, we had a quick break brought to you by Henny Cough Syrup, Slicks brand. Yo, if you're still in the show, if you're still watching live in the chat, fire away with a comment. Let us know you're still here. To the last fight of the night, we got to talk about the Bantamweight women's title on the line. Juliana Pena, plus 470, taking on Kayla Harrison, minus 650. And Caliver Moore says, yeah, really? They're going to talk about the Pena fight? I deadass almost missed it. But I almost missed it because I feel like it's an afterthought. I mean, Kayla Harrison and new. It's a wrap, right? I mean, I think she's going to walk through Pena. Pena, we know, is aggressive. She'll bring the fight to you. But I think Harrison could just use her aggression right against her. She's the judo player. Judo hip toss to the mat, and then Harrison just beats her up on the ground, beats her up in the clinch. I think she puts her away inside the distance. So I like Harrison, maybe TKO, maybe sub. I mean, after she's beaten her up for a while, she can pick how she wants to finish, I think. So, yeah, Harrison by domination. The odds are what they are for a reason. Plus, you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. Not enough. I don't want to talk about this. Enough said by Danny right there is what I meant to say. Kayla Harrison, this is going to look like an episode of Impractical Jokers where she's flipping Murr over the fucking table and just landing into all types of stuff. Julia Pena is going to be on the ground, dismantled, in a bad position, and I can see her tapping out from getting her ass beat too much. So give me Kayla Harrison by ass beating all day, inside the distance. Easy.
Plus, if you could bet tap to strikes, what odds would you get on that? Imagine.
Yeah,
that.
probably plus 5,000 all day. I would take it. Give me Kayla Harrison tap to strikes.
Pena to tap. Pena to tap to strikes. Wild prediction. Slick. How do you see this one playing out?
All I gotta say is Juliana Pena has a 22% takedown defense. That's all I really have to say. Kayla Harrison by whatever she wants.
He walks off stage. That's it. That's it. I mean, she's going to get taken down. She's going to get beat up. So that's
Judo.
it. Pena, I can't believe Pena beat Nunez, man. Like, what a weird blip in MMA history.
No, that actually worked in our favor because then we got Nunez at minus 250 the next fight.
That's right. That's right. And she waxed her. But it's just crazy to, like, the outcomes that have happened, right? I mean, that's like, at this point, looking back on that, that's crazier than like Buster Douglas beating Mike Tyson, to be honest, to me. All right, man. We went through every fight. We did the damn thing. Shout out Devin Moonian in the chat. Shout out Anthony Ramirez. Shout out God, my man God. I put that on God. He's late to the party, but he's going to rewatch. You can do that because it'll be up on the Darce Podcast channel that you should be subscribed to. If you're not, do it now. Smash the like button. Support the channel. We thank you guys so much for watching. On behalf of Mr. Plus Money, Slick Montana, Cal on the ones and twos, and your boy Danny Brasco. UFC 316 picks are right here on the channel. We're here every single week, and we salute you. Good luck if you're tailing. We'll see you next week on the Darce Podcast.
Nice work, Danny.
Jasmine Jasovizzi is here. Don't forget to tap into the Darce Podcast.
The Darce choke is a submission executed from the front headlock position. It involves encircling the opponent's neck with the crook of one's arm, while the other arm wraps around the opponent's arm, applying pressure, leading to a tap or unconsciousness.
Tap into the Darce Podcast.